A Fox News alert. It is 1:17 in the afternoon. You're looking live at a suburb outside of Paris as a desperate manhunt for a driver who deliberately mowed down at least 6 soldiers on patrol before fleeing the scene. Security Studies President Jim Hanson led counterterrorism operations in the U.S. Army Special Forces. Joins us with reaction. Jim, we could put up a map that just shows the number of terror attacks around Paris and the environment over there in the last couple of years. This should not surprise anybody, especially such a soft target, a bunch of soldiers outside of barracks getting ready to go to work.
Yeah, unfortunately, the only question we have here is, was this, a member of the local community, or was this an infiltrator from among the refugees or migrants? They're looking for a jihadist. They know that. Hopefully they'll find him shortly, but it just proves that those soldiers on patrol were necessary because the threat is real and it's everywhere.
Indeed. Meanwhile, let's talk about our top story, and that is North Korea. North Korean state-run television has just announced in the last 5 minutes that apparently after holding him for a couple of years, they have just released a Canadian pastor. This on the heels of the fact that Kim Jong-un has made it very clear that he's rattling some atomic sabers, and our president yesterday said that North Korea, if they do anything, will be met with fire and fury like the world has never seen. Tough words, but this is a situation where there's kind of a crazy guy over on the other end.
And the bottom line is, all those people who are quaking in their boots over the president's hyperbolic rhetoric, well, doesn't it seem to have worked? President Trump threatens to turn North Korea into a flaming wasteland, and the next day they're releasing prisoners and looking a little bit like they might play ball. All he had to do, Kim had to do, was ask Assad in Syria what a flock of incoming Tomahawks looked like, or I'd say he could ask the Taliban in Afghanistan, who met the mother of all bombs, but they're not available for comment.
Sure.
So I think the president made a very real threat, and it was taken seriously. And good, that's what we want. We want them to stop. We don't want war, but they have to believe it'll happen if they don't.
Absolutely. And maybe the rhetoric of the sanctions has scared them. What do you think is going to happen with China? Do you think China's going to wake up and realize we mean business?
Right now, I certainly hope that our diplomatic and economic pressure is getting ratcheted all the way up to 11. It's time for that. It's time for China to understand that since we will take military action if they don't take diplomatic and economic action, it's in their best interest not to have hundreds of thousands of refugees streaming out of North Korea into China. So I think they will actually come to their senses. They're the ones who can stop the flow of oil and food and money to the Kim Jong-un regime.
Absolutely. The big question is, will they? Hope so. All right, Jim Hanson, we thank you very much for joining us live.